Hi, thanks very much for joining us on the video. Today we're going to talk about one of the topics that's dear to most parts of most sales principles, and that is to get a few more sales out of your sales team. So we're just going to cover this off briefly, and we'll go through a few points, and then I'll give you an idea of where you can go for more assistance on this. So the topic that we're going to talk about is enabling your sales teams to close more deals. And in order to do this, we need to change the way that they think about their business. Of course, the better they do, the better you do as the owner of the business. And what we need to do here is focus on actions rather than the outcomes. It's second nature to want people to do more sales and therefore more listings, but it's the actions that give rise to these outcomes, and that's where we need to focus. So this video is going to cover three aspects at the top level of what needs to be done and give you a few ideas, and then I'll tell you how we can go into more detail if that appeals to you. So really what we need to do is change the thinking of the business people that are creating the business within your business. So at the moment, their accountability is to you. And let's shift that accountability back to themselves. You see, if people take responsibility for their own destiny, then they're much more likely to put in the effort to really make it work to their. So this perspective on the business at the moment is that probably they think as though they're an employee and they're coming along to work in a business. Whereas in reality, they are running their own business under the umbrella of yours, in much the same way that a lot of businesses in the real estate industry work under a franchise umbrella. So if you want proof for this, they need to be responsible for their own success, and they're running their own business in as much as when they're sitting across the table from a prospective vendor, the vendor is looking at the business and what it can provide, but it's also looking in detail at that particular sales agent and what they're bringing to the party and how well they can create the transaction that the vendor is looking for. So there's evidence there that these people are running, as sales agents, are running their own business within the umbrella that you provide. So first of all, let's get them thinking that way differently about their business. Then we must give them a framework, and there are lots of different sales systems in the marketplace, but particularly as long as they've got a system and a framework, well then that's a big step forward. There are so many sales agents that just do a bunch of activities and hope for the outcome, whereas they need to get a structured approach to the way they address things. It needs to be formulated across all of the aspects of prospecting and getting properties ready to put on the market, marketing the properties, doing the transaction, and following right through with their clients. And something like this will give them a much greater impact and certainly level out their ability to produce on an ongoing basis. There's that topic about the sales wave where you get so busy servicing a deal or two that you've got, or a listing that you've got, that you forget to do the prospecting. We've got to even that out. We've got to get a prospecting system that works in all of the situations. The other thing that we have to do here is support them with centralized systems. So there are some things that we've identified over the years that salespeople in general are just not that great at. Things like designing the DL flyers. I mean, they're not agency, they're not graphic designers, and so they find that challenging. Designing promotional material for the same reason. Even sometimes just stringing together the copy to put into, not necessarily for ads, but to put into a piece of promotional material that they're trying to create. And then we've got this database segmentation and a lot of the IT stuff around database usage. So if we can centralize that and find the right people in our business to run that for them, then we'll have a much better opportunity with the sales team to create more sales and do what they're good at, which is just getting out there and talking with their clients and pulling the deals together. Of course, as part of this, we also need to create centralized systems in terms of monitoring them and giving them activities and their activity levels so that they know where they're tracking and can deliver to those tracking levels. So those are three quick things that you can put into place in your business to improve the performance of your sales team. Of course, that's a very simplistic overview, and there's a great deal more detail. You can find a lot more if you go to our website at UltimateAgency. Just register there for one of the webinars that we hold, or better still, give us a call and let's have a chat about your specific circumstances, and maybe we'll book in a strategy call to talk about particular aspects which we can give you a hand with to improve the business. Thanks very much for coming along and watching the video.